Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to How to Survive Ember Shores with your host Lillian. Today is episode 8 and we are going to be talking about all of the random tips today. This is going to be a very free-flowing, chill conversation between me and the void of the internet, and hopefully all of my fellow residents of Ember Shores take some of these tips to heart and be helpful for them when we go to Ember Shores in a couple of weeks. So I'm just going to start rambling about tips that I've been talking to friends about and all these other things that I might have covered in previous episodes or not. So if you're new here, thank you for following. If you have not joined my Discord channel, make sure that you go join that. The link is down below. It is only valid for a week. So if you're not able to join through that link that I post, make sure that you comment or something and I will go ahead and resend the invite. Anyways, so the first tip that I wanted to talk about is tips, like actual tips for the resort. It is an all-inclusive resort, so everything is paid for already, but these staff members are working so hard to make our weekend incredible. Like, I know that the raving community and the EDM community is built on the word PLURR, peace, love, unity, respect, and responsibility. And I believe that we really need to show the employees and the staff members of the resorts PLURR as well. So with that being said, make sure you tip your bartenders, your servers, your housekeepers, pretty much just anyone who helps you out, because they're there to help us have a fantastic time. Like, we are so privileged to be able to go to a foreign country and go to a music festival for my personal favorite, like one of my favorite artists. And yeah, so like tip your people that is my thing. So with that being said, people have been asking me, like, how much tips do I bring? Do I bring US currency? Do I bring pesos? What should I bring? So here's what I've always suggested for people. And of course, this tipping scale can be fluid for your budget, because I know some people are really balling on a budget and other people's have a bigger budget. So it really just depends on what you are comfortable with. So I would say that for me personally, as someone who doesn't really drink all that much, I do love food. I am a big foodie, so I know that when I go to restaurants, I'll probably be tipping there the majority of things. But I would say for myself, I allot myself about $200 for the entire weekend. That includes all of my tips for food, drinks, hotel staff, yada yada, all that good stuff. Now, if you are somebody who drinks more, you can budget yourself $100 a day, so $300 for the whole weekend. I personally, for when I bring my $200, I never spend the entire thing. I usually only spend like 150, maybe 120. Like, I don't end up using the entire 200, but I always like budgeting that extra just in case, if I need to, like, if I find somebody who has a really cool, like, small business and is selling something, I'm like, ooh, I want to support that, and I can just pay them in cash. So there's that. Now, the US dollar is stronger than the peso. So, you can bring US dollars and they're perfectly happy in, receiving US dollars as their tips. If you want to bring pesos, that is totally fine as well. Just make sure that you know what the conversion rates are, like for whatever currency that you're coming from, because I know that not everybody is coming from the US. So just be aware of that. But with the pesos, something that I found out when I went to my bank the other day, I personally have Bank of America. I went into the bank the other day to try and get out cash for both US dollars as well as pesos, and they told me that I couldn't pull out pesos from the bank right then and there. I actually had to order my foreign currency online, and they'll go ahead and ship it to me, or they'll ship it to the bank itself and I can go pick it up from the bank. So just so you're aware, we are getting pretty close to Ember Shores. So if you are planning on bringing pesos, make sure that you order those now, because it is going to take 1 to 3 days, maybe a week, depending on your bank. So just be aware of that. But no matter what, they are perfectly happy getting US dollars. If you're not from the US, you may want to get US dollars or get pesos. But you can always get foreign currency at the airport as well. Just know that the currency exchange rate is going to be different than at the airport versus like in your home country. So that's my hot take on tips. I know that in my previous video, in episode 7, I had briefly discussed tips, but I just wanted to touch base a little bit more in detail, as well as give a general like tipping scale for like drinks and other stuff. So from what I've done in the past, and this is just my personal preference, I would say $1 to $2 per drink. If you're getting like a big order of like 10 drinks for people, like you can tip like $5 to $10. I've also heard people where they'll like tip the bartender like $50 at the beginning of the weekend, make friends with them, and they'll just keep coming back to that same person the entire weekend. And then they'll give them like a tip at the end as well, instead of paying them a tip every single time. So that's an option as well. Like I said before, you definitely want to get a refillable bottle so that you can get all of your drinks in here, because they do stop serving alcohol at a certain time. So if you are planning to drink late into the night or drink early in the morning, you're gonna want one of these bad boys. Okay, get an insulated one. I personally like the one that has the cap, because then the sand doesn't go through. I am not sponsored by this company, but I just found it on Amazon and I really, really liked it. So anyways, let's see. What else about tipping do I want to talk about? Yeah, so like $1 or $2 per drink, or just bulk it in the beginning and then bulk it at the end. When you go to restaurants, depending on if you get like drinks as well as food, and then depending on like how many people you have, I'd say like $5 per person for a tip is perfectly adequate. Some people do more, some people do less. It just really depends on what you're comfortable with. And then another tip that I have for you is like when you have housekeeping come through, leave them a tip. Leave them like $20 and they'll stock your fridge. They'll stock your fridge with water. I know at the Paradisus specifically, the past 3 years when we had Ember Shores there, they had a mini fridge that had like waters and beers and other soft drinks in there. So I think maybe that's the case for this one as well. I can't remember. I'd have to go look at the amenities of like the mini fridge and in the room. But yeah, tip your house staff too, because they're making sure to keep things clean and all that good stuff. Speaking about keeping your room clean, somebody in the Facebook group had said in one of the posts of like, what are your must-haves for Ember Shores that you want to bring? I have posted on the features page a list of reef safe sunscreen. So make sure that you get some reef safe sunscreen if you're planning to go in the ocean. On top of that, I completely forgot to add this to my packing list, but bring yourself a little broom and dustpan, because you will 100% be tracking in sand from the beach. Period. It's not, I've tried every year to try to not drag in sand, but it happens. It happens every single year. So bring yourself a little dustpan. I have forgotten one every single year. And so what we end up doing is like, we'll put towels on the ground to be able to like kind of keep the sand off of our feet. But it's an occupational hazard when you're at a resort on the beach. So yeah, that's another tip for you. Let's see. This is a totally like unprepared, I'm just rambling to the camera and to the void. So y'all are just coming along the journey with me. And yeah, okay. So we've talked about tips. We've talked about how much you should tip. We've talked about PLURR and spreading PLURR to the employees. Ooh, I have an awesome one. The resort staff love getting trinkets. They love it so much. They don't really have anything like this when they're working. And so for us to be able to trade and give them something to like remember and commemorate their weekend, like they love also like indulging in the trinkets. So I remember one of the years at the Paradisus, I had gone up to the burger and fry van, like off to the side of the pool, kind of towards like the reserves. And I went up and there was this gal over there talking, and I was like, oh, what's your favorite color? And I asked her in Spanish, and she like lit up. Also, pro tip, learn a little Spanish, just enough to get by. Like they will super appreciate you, and like the joy that they have when you speak Spanish to them is like, mwah, love it. But anyways, back to my story, because I have ADHD and I go on all of the side rants. Anyways, so I was at the burger van, and I was like, hey, what's your favorite color? And she's like, oh, it's pink. And I was like, all right, for sure. You're going to be here in 5 minutes. I'll be right back. So I ran back to the pool. I grabbed a little trinket for her. I came back and I did the PLURR handshake. I did peace, love, unity, respect. And then I gave her a candy. And she's like, oh my God, this is so cute. Like, we don't have anything like this in my country. Like, thank you so much for sharing with me. Like, I'm going to remember this forever. Like, just thank you so much for including me in your weekend, because she's working hard while we're partying. And like, we just have to like spread the love, spread the respect, spread the responsibility of everything. Like with everything that's happening in the world today, like, I don't want to get all political on you guys right now, but I live in California, okay? We are, for the most part, like we are a safe space. We are a safe state. We are a haven state, and we have a very large population of Latinos, Mexicans, anyone of people of color. I mean, I'm a person of color, right? And there's just so much uncertainty in the world, and the fact that we're going into a country that their people are being persecuted in our country, like it's just really, really upsetting to see. And so we need to show that respect to them, respect to their culture, respect to their resort, just respect to them as a people, because at the end of the day, we're all just human. Like we all bleed blood, which is all red. We're all the same down, like underneath, like we're all the same, you guys. So, the world is crazy right now. And I just really hope that we can spread the love, spread the peace, spread the unity, spread the respect and responsibility with everyone. And for us to bring that back home to the States or wherever you live, and just live our lives with PLURR in mind all the time, because it would make the entire world such a better, happier place, because it's scary out here. Anyways, thank you for listening to my political little sprinkle right there. I'm gonna push that aside now because I want to get back to tips. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. So another tip that I would say is, oh, I got one. Because I was actually talking to one of my friends about this literally like an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago at this point. If the beach stage is in fact on the beach, or just if you're on the beach at night in general, please, please do not go in the ocean, okay? If the sun is down and you see waves and you see the water, okay, do not go in the ocean. Do not ruin the experience for other people. I'm sorry. Let me take it down a notch. I just get very passionate about this because my friend and I were talking about it, and he was telling me about his experience one of the years where he had to pull out multiple people from the ocean because the waves were like above his head, above their head. The hotel staff are like blowing whistles at them to tell them to get out of the ocean, but of course they weren't listening, and the hotel staff wasn't going to go in to retrieve them. I'm not sure why that was the case. It's probably a liability thing. But he was pulling people out of the ocean because they were getting caught. And it kind of ruined his vibe. And he was like, it was honestly scary. The fact that there were so many people in the ocean swimming during the beach sets, it kind of ruined his vibe. And he was like, I want to spread the word to like, let people know, please don't go in the ocean at night. Okay. Please, please, please don't go in the ocean at night. If you are aware of like moons and tide stuff, we are going to be coming off of a full moon throughout the Ember Shores weekend, which means that the tides are still going to be pretty crazy. The first year of Ember Shores, it was during a full moon, and the stage, when it was like on the beach, you could see the waves coming up really high, and it was like starting to wash the sand out from underneath the stage, and it was a little nerve-wracking. It made me a little anxious, but thankfully it was okay. But yeah, like, we're going to be coming off of a full moon, and so the waves are still going to be pretty crazy. They're going to be pretty gnarly. So if you see somebody going into the ocean, please grab them, okay? Please tell them, like, hey, I want you to be safe. The waves are so unpredictable. And on top of that, like, I'm going to get closer real fast, and I'm going to get all up and personal with you guys, but think of it this way. Ember Shores is such an incredibly curated festival for millennials, okay? It's incredible that Millennium has been able to now put this on for the 4th year, and I don't want to see this festival go. It is my absolute favorite festival in the entire world. The community is incredible. I've met so many people. I've met so many friends from around the world, around everywhere, and I would hate to see somebody go into the ocean and not be able to come out. It would be absolutely devastating. Knock on wood, it is currently not happened, and I'm knocking on wood that it will never happen, okay? Because we need to look out for each other. Think of it this way, like, that would be the worst publicity for this festival, okay? I don't want to put it out in the universe, but I just need you guys to be aware, because I have a platform to be able to talk about it, and I don't want to see anything negative happen at this festival. At least something like that could be completely like what's the word? It could be completely avoided. So if you see something, please say something. Talk to staff, talk to medical, try and find somebody on Millennium's team, or Festication, or Disco Donnie, or if nobody's around, like, don't go in if you don't think that you can save them or be safe, but like, at least try and encourage them to get out of the water, because there's a reason why they don't want us to go into the water at night. It's because it's dark and they can't see you. So if a wave takes you away, then yeah. Anyways, let's scoot back. Thank you for listening to my little serious talk just now. Thanks for listening to my soapbox today. This is a really long episode, but I feel like I just kind of wanted to get a lot of just random information out and not just like have an overall topic of today. So yeah, we're gonna end on a light note today about just trinkets and trinkets in general. I know a lot of us will be bringing tradables for Ember Shores, myself included. And when you're bringing these items, just make sure that you're being cognizant of where you put them. especially if we're on the beach, I highly, highly, highly recommend y'all bring a fanny pack so that you can put all your trinkets in there instead of like wearing them or whatever, unless you know for a fact that they will be secure. Like, put them in a bag, zip it up, okay, so that you can hold on to it. We don't want to lose any of this and contribute to the plastic islands in the ocean. So yeah, just enjoy your trinkets, enjoy trading. I will be having some exclusive Ember Shores trinkets for you guys. If you wait for one moment, I will go get them and I will show you them because I've been working so hard on them and I'm super excited for these. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I've got my trinkets. I have 3 containers of like this and this small container right here. As you all know, I have a small business called Lillian's Crafting Magic. I am the original creator of the Perler sprout. I can't remember if I brought any Perler sprouts to Ember Shores 23. I don't think I did because I think I started creating them in 24. But I have recently launched my new website. So if you would like to pre-order your Ember Shores Perler sprouts, I am more than happy to ship them to you. Hopefully they'll get to you on time. Otherwise, we can make other arrangements for pickup and such. But all of that, it will be posted on my website. But I wanted to show you all firsthand of the awesome Perler sprouts that I've made this year. So my first design are little sunglasses. All of these are handcrafted and handmade by me. We also have some turtles of different colors, different assortments. These ones are my, oh, I love them. I love turtles. They're so cute. Okay, let's see. We're going to do this one next. I also have the cutest little tacos. We have 4 different types of succulents. We've got this succulent and this succulent, as well as this cacti. I know Blank is a plant dog, so one of these is definitely going to him, and I'm so excited to see him play at Ember Shores this year. In this one, we've got some palm trees. I have a bunch of different colored fish because, you know, fishies. We also have some sharks, and I also have a bunch of dolphins because the dolphins are incredible. I love them. If you purchase an order that has dolphins in it, there will be a portion of that that will get donated to organizations for dolphins in captivity. I'm not sure exactly what foundation I want to donate to yet. So if you have recommendations, I would love to hear your recommendations because I know that there is the dolphin excursion thing that was just recently closed near the Barcelo because of unfortunate circumstances. But there are so many other dolphin excursion what are they called? Dolphin things. Dolphin things. I'm sorry, you guys. It's been a long week. I'm tired. I'm perpetually tired. And my brain doesn't words things sometimes. But yeah, if you purchase an order, there will be a portion of the order that goes to dolphin organizations that help save the dolphins. So if you have suggestions on that, leave them in the comments below, and I would love to be able to donate to their causes. Now, the last Perler sprout that I have is actually one that I will not have for sale. This only way that you can get this Perler sprout specifically is for you to come find me and for you to come trade with me on the Ember Shores. I do only have a limited amount of these, so not everybody who trades with me is going to be able to receive one of these, but I have like 50 of these. And if you tell me that, hey Lillian, I would love to trade with you. And I know that your favorite Ember Shores drink is a mango margarita with tahini around the rim. I will trade you a margarita. I will trade you a margarita sprout at Ember Shores. These were so much fun to make. I actually decided to make these like months ago, and when I finally finished them off, they turned out so cute. Like, imagine just having a little margarita in your hair. Like, I love it. I'm so excited. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this episode today. I know it was a long one. It was definitely very random. We had a couple of very serious moments in there, but yeah, thank you so much again. I'm so excited for Ember Shores. I am so not ready, but that's okay. We're gonna all get through it together, and I will see you all on the Ember Shores. Bye, everyone.